sign language at all, but she's still attempting to communicate with me. So is this sign language equivalent of breaking it down into layman's term? I'm terrified that if I attempt to gesticulate back, I'd just look like a total dumbass. The look on Shizune's face tells me that she's starting to think that trying to have any kind of back and forth like this is not exactly the best way to accomplish things. There has to be a better way. Writing on a pad? Well, I do have paper and pencil. What else, though? Cell phones? I don't really have much use for mine, though, so I barely carry it around, and I don't know if Shizune even has one. She takes the initiative, holding up a finger to ask for a pause before pulling out pad and paper from her bag and writing a single word on it. Hello. I stare blankly at her and receive a similar but somehow more intimidating stare in response. She nudges the pad in my direction, forcibly, clearly wanting me to reply. Good morning. She soon beams with disproportionate amount of happiness. She starts twirling her pen triumphantly as she thinks about where to go from here. Oh, come on, it's not like we just invented fire. She soon pushes her glasses curtly, as if she heard me, then starts writing at a furious pace. Use a notepad. Right. I'm confused. Am I supposed to take it from her and write okay now? This is about the furthest thing I can imagine from a smooth, fluent conversation. It makes me envy the ease for which Misha is able to communicate with Shizune. Are you studying for the test? Pretty sure I can get away with answering simple yes or no questions like this with nods. You're here very early. Most people sleep in late after the festival. That means you are abnormal. Is that so? You're here too. Before handing that response back to her, though, I remember that I'd noticed earlier and add, yesterday was fun. I noticed today that I built a lot of the stalls we went to. Maybe that's why were so familiar. Was this another game? She shakes her head from side to side indignantly. No tricks. I thought because you had made most of those stalls that they were the most important ones. We had to visit them because everyone should be able to appreciate the fruits of their labors. I wanted you to be able to see and enjoy what you had done. I'm sort of touched. Still, I want to wonder why she would go so out of her way, and I ask as much in response. Because you were depressed. I want to say that I was depressed for days, but stop, it's true. I was moping quite a bit, and not being too subtle about it half the time either. So it's possible that she knew? Was everything she did just to cheer me up then? Thanks. I mumble it before I catch myself, but Shizune doesn't seem to care. I write it down instead, and she nods once, as if unused to it. The silence between us grows more vast, and with each passing second, there's nothing I can do to break it. Having to write everything down on paper kind of destroys any hope of trying to be casual. Good luck on the exam. Shizune pushes the pad right in front of my eyes, breaking my concentration, taking the initiative again, as always. As she walks into the school building, I can't help feeling a little sad. That felt like the longest 20 minutes of my life, and all because it's so alien to me to have a face-to-face conversation with someone by passing notes to each other, that I can't help coming up blank most of the time. It makes me want to learn sign language. That's easier said than done, although in a school like Yamaku, they might very well have sign language class. In that case, there would be little reason not to pursue this. The only person who I can think of to ask at the moment is Misha. How badly do I want to know this? There's two options. Wait until after class, or go look for her now. I guess I'll go now, but I'm not certain whether she is. My best bet would start searching for the girls' dorm, though. After all, if she isn't with Shizune, that's probably the only place where she would be. A guy casually prowling around the girls' dorm early in the morning is unacceptable, but asking Misha about sign language classes in front of Shizune would be just unthinkable. She has to come to school sometime. After all, we're in the same class, so she has to take the test. If I wait, I'll be sure to see her sooner or later. I just hope she doesn't walk past me while I'm flipping through my notes. It turns out to be a pretty long wait. As students file into the school, I wonder if Misha is going to be late. Eventually, I catch sight of her. While she bounces around the grounds, it hits me that I'd have to be blind to miss her with her incredibly distinctive hair. Hi, Hichan. Good morning. Morning. I have a lot of time left before class starts, so I cut directly to the chase. Hey, can I ask you a question? A question? Okay, Hichan. Sure. I have time, but only because I'm late. What does that mean? Ha ha ha. Haha, I should have woken up earlier, but I was so tired. If I had, I would have had to study, but since I didn't, it won't hurt. What is it, Hichan? Well, there are sign language classes here, right? Yep, they're electives. Why do you want to know, Hichan? For some reason, the question briefly makes me panic. No reason, it sounds interesting, but I guess it's too late to sign up now, right? Not exactly being too subtle here, but Misha seems to pick up on things like that anyway. No, Misha never seems to pick up on things like that anyway, so I'm probably being more cautious than is necessary. Ah well, Hichan. I've heard there's fewer and fewer students taking sign language every year, so if you want to, I'm sure they will let you in. Are you thinking of learning sign language, Chan? Yeah. If you learn sign language, Chan, that would make Chan really happy. If you want, we can go to the teacher's office after school. They'll probably let you in. That would be great. Don't tell Shizune that I wanted to learn it, though. Why not? So it can be a surprise. Besides, it'll look bad if you tell her this morning and then I find out in the afternoon that I can't take the classes. Aw, you're right, Hichan. Still, this will be hard. It's such good news. I'm in student council, so I might as well try learning it, even if it's just basics. It'd be a step up from nothing. Besides, Shizune and I can't keep relaying everything through you as if you were a phone or something, right? Wahahaha! You're right, Hichan. The bell rings to signal the start of first period, cutting our conversation short. I guess I'll just ask a teacher after classes are through. Her reactions were a little strange, but I forgot about it as the day goes on. Huh. Usually we don't have such a big... Well, I guess what would there be? Describing the exams. Ugh. Excuse me. The bell rings and the teacher at the front of the room gestures the class are over for the day. Although getting into this class was surprisingly easy, it's only been a few days and I'm still not used to the experience. This actual signing is easier to pick up than I expected, but most of my classmates are hard of hearing. On top of that, the teacher favors immersion. I haven't heard her speak since I asked if I could take the class. It's an alien concept and cute and really unnerving. The moment I step out of the classroom, I hear a familiar laugh explode through the air in a short distance to my left. Hi, Hichan! Misha's not in my sign language class, so this is the first time I've seen her in this context. I still don't know whether her not being in my class is good or bad. It would be more interesting with her in it, but the potential for awkward situations would increase drastically. Hi. It's a surprise to see you here, Hichan. Ah, that's right, you're taking sign language, aren't you? Right. What do you think of it so far, Hichan? It's not easy to learn a new language, but I think I'm getting the hang of it. Despite how different it is from other languages, it's still easier than English. He's Japanese, so that's why he said that. Haha, really, Hichan? I agree. I was just joking, but she's apparently totally serious. Wonder how Misha can effortlessly translate things to me while simultaneously having conversation with Shizune in a different language like she does. Until now, I've taken for granted how amazing it is. Someone bumps into my shoulder and apologizes. It's getting kind of crowded here, what with it being the end of the day and all. I think we should talk somewhere else instead of the hallway. Let's go to the roof or something. Okay. I decided to continue talking on the way. It's surprisingly quiet enough to carry on a conversation while doing so. It's still taking me some time to get used to having to look at the teacher constantly. I guess I took all those years of simply listening to the lectures while I doodled for granted. It makes taking notes a lot more difficult too. And water break. Alright, and back. The introduction class is small and I'm already behind. I guess I have a lot of stuff to do. Yeah, this is much better. I turn around and look at Misha. See her staring at me with her hands on her hips, her cheeks puffed out outwards. Hichan, you're behind? That's not good at all. I started the class a week later than everyone else. It's not that bad. Okay, Chan, let's review what you learned then. I'll tutor you, okay? This is the first time I've heard I'll tutor you. It's used outside of dirty movies. I'm not nearly as turned on as I'd have expected. I don't know if I need a tutor yet. Aww. She looks more disappointed than usual. It makes me feel awkward to see her making that kind of face. I want to be a sign language teacher, Hichan, but it would really be great if I could try tutoring someone in it first. Even if it's for a little while, the experience would be valuable. Oh well, yeah, that's true. I didn't know you wanted to be a sign language teacher. It's hard to believe she isn't intently trying to make me feel guilty because she's very good at it. Still, it makes sense. She's very good at sign language already, from what I've seen, and certainly has a voice for dealing with the hearing impaired. I never saw her as the teaching type, though. Ha 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 ha! It's the reason why I wanted to go to this school, Hit-chan. It's also really expensive to attend here, you know. Because I want to be a sign language teacher, I have reduced tuition fees. If it wasn't for that, I don't know if I'd be able to keep going here. I see. It's not that I think you would be bad at tutoring, it's just I don't know if I need it just yet. You're right, Chan, you're smart. Well, no, that just makes me sound arrogant. Alright, please tutor me. Ha 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 ha, really? Okay. Yay, thanks, Chan. I'll do my best. Let's start right now. Too soon. I miss you, Chan. Didn't you just see her this morning? But it's hard to talk with her in class, Chan. There's no student council today, either. Well, there have been exams all week. It'd be kind of mad if there was still a student council. I'll be glad when they are over. When it's back, you're not going to skip out, right, Chan? Of course, I'm in it, after all. Don't worry, I'm not going to just suddenly stop showing up. I promise is a promise. Misha pauses for a second, not looking very convinced. Chan takes the student council very seriously, Hichan. Now that you've joined, she works harder than before since she wants to make a good impression. Some other people joined at first, but they stopped coming soon after. Chan tried to get more people interested in student council, but wasn't successful. Even when someone would join, they'd stop coming eventually. They'd make excuses and just put it off and more until they stopped coming altogether. However, I believe you really mean it, Hichan. My eyes stay focused on her hands, tilting and moving almost as a free will, softly signing everything she is saying to herself as she speaks. When you said you would join, she was really happy. Chan thinks you're interesting, Hichan. An uninteresting person won't have the drive needed to join. Even if they do, a person that isn't interesting will quit soon after. That's what Hichan said. So it's my duty to make sure you keep going. Is that why you want to tutor me? You're kind of sneaky. Really, Hichan? That's the first time anyone has said that about me. Wah ha 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 ha. There's no chance that I would avoid student council work now. Thinking back over the past few days, I've started to realize that the only reason I joined in the first place was because Shizune. Her competitiveness and force of will was alluring. I can't tell Misha that, though. Okay, Hichan, let's review what you've learned in class today. You don't even know what I learned in class today. You're right, Hichan. Okay, let's start with the basics then. I'll just teach you everything from the beginning. You're kidding, right? Huh? You're serious. That's like days of lessons, and we're not even learning on the same level. It's like riding a bike, Hichan. You never forget the basics. Wah ha ha ha. I don't know how to ride a bike though. Oh no. Right. I want to be a teacher one day, so of course I know what I'm doing. Okay. We're starting. Ha ha. She looks like she's trying very hard, so this could be bad. While learning a language is hastily different from teaching it, and the first step is usually the hardest part. Honestly, I couldn't do any better. Still. Sign language was formally introduced in the 18th century by a Frenchman named, whose name I can't pronounce, and he Started the first public school for the deaf in 1755. But the unwritten history of sign language is said to... I don't really know where to start. Sorry, well, what better place to start than the history of sign language? Right. No, wait, maybe the alphabet. Okay, the alphabet it is then. Okay, Chan. This is pretty basic stuff, although some people think that this is all of signing and forget there are all kinds of specific gestures and words. Although you can't really get anywhere else without the basic. This is A. Do you see it? Now you try. I already know this, though. I humor her anyway. Ha, yeah, that's it. Now, this is B. This is C. Misha makes one symbol with each hand without specifying which is which. And now D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Yeah, this is bad. Do you think Shizune wants to do some student council work today anyway? We could go. Of course not, Chan. Come on, I'll do it again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Your turn. So, there's really no student council work that needs doing, or anything like that. What are you talking about, Chan? Come on, sign. Sign! Like this? No, like this. Like... this. Uh-huh. I wish Chan was here. This would be so much easier with her. Haha, that's how sign language is taught most of the time anyway, with 2 instructors. Did you know that, Hichan? No. I let my brain run through with what it would be like if Shizune were here. Hichan, are you paying attention? Yeah. Chan says that sign language is different from any other because you have to think about everything before you say it. That means every word has more weight, Hichan. Every single one is more important than normal.